Hello, in this session, we will see the how how the filter line is being used, and two things we will see: how the filter line is being used, and how on result change is being used in the scripting. So I will run this report. I'll run this story for the as an example. So here in the filter line, these are the dimensions which you see are being restricted. And when I select product, it will give me a pop-up and show the values on which the product has to be restricted. I can select, for example, I'm selecting here too. So now if you see, the table is restricted on alcohol and carbonated drink. And if I can switch on to the chart also, where you see even the chart has been restricted onto the same values which has been selected onto the filter line. So let's see the configuration for this requirement. So I have added a filter line here from the drop down filter line, and once you have added the filter line, you have to go into the settings in the builder, and you have to select a table which should get restricted when you select the values on the filter line. So I have selected table as the widget which should be attached to the filter line, and what are the values which you should be shown in the drop down or the filter line. So these are the dimensions which has been selected for the source widget. So when I will click on the filter line as I have seen shown, uh, as we saw that these values you can see in the filter line, the same setting has been done here. So now next is to see how the graph will be restricted. So when you select the value from the filter line, the table anyways get restricted because we have selected the source widget as table. Now we need to see how we restrict on the graph. So the logic which has to be incorporated is on the data change of the table after you select the filter line. So all on result changed. So this is a example of when do we use on result change scripting. So we use it to restrict the chart. So when the data of the table changes after the selection of the filter value, we have to restrict the chart accordingly. So here, if you see, we are using copy dimension filter from the table. So whatever table was restricted on, those filter has been copied here. So this is the recommended as per the SAC best performance practices. This is the recommended function to be used. Instead of restricting again on using the set dimension filter, you use the copy dimension filter so that it can consolidate the restrictions in the in the single SQL rather than again having a multiple SQLs on the HANA database table. So if there is a widget which has been already filtered, it's better to use a copy dimension filter from that widget and restrict onto the other widgets. That is the best practice. So we are using that here, and we are restricting on we are adding all the values which were all the dimensions which were selected on the filter line, and then it will anyways get restricted on the one which was selected on the table. The rest of them anyways will not return anything. So that is how we use the filter line and on result change scenario in this example.